My name is Hannah Moore. I am 32 years old. For a long time, I believed my life was perfect. I was married, I had a stable home, and I trusted the people around me with my whole heart. But sometimes, life breaks you in a way you never expect. My husband's name was Ryan Cooper. He was 34 years old. We had been married for 4 years. Ryan was a caring man, or at least I believed he was. Every morning, he woke up early and made breakfast for me. While he drank his coffee, I prepared his lunch for work. These small routines made me feel safe and loved. People often told us that we were a perfect couple. They said we looked happy together. I believed them because I wanted to believe my marriage was strong. I trusted Ryan completely. I never imagined that love could turn into pain so quietly. I also had a best friend. Her name was Emily Turner. We had been friends for many years. She was beautiful, confident, and always full of energy. We shared everything, our dreams, our fears, and our secrets. I trusted her more than anyone else. She felt like a sister to me. At that time, Ryan and I were planning to buy a new house. It was an exciting phase of our lives. Emily helped me choose furniture and colors. She often came with me to shops and gave her opinions. Ryan also liked her very much. I felt happy seeing my husband and my best friend getting along so well. I thought my life was complete. But slowly, small changes began to appear. I noticed that Emily laughed differently when Ryan was around. Ryan sometimes looked at her longer than he should have. These moments made me uncomfortable, but I ignored them. I told myself that I was being silly. After all, they were two people I loved deeply. One evening, we planned a movie night at our house. Emily stayed with us. We drank wine, laughed, and talked for hours. I felt very tired and went to bed early, leaving Ryan and Emily in the living room. I did not think anything bad could happen. The next morning, Ryan had already gone to work. Emily was sitting alone in the kitchen, drinking tea. Everything seemed normal. I smiled and continued my day without worry. Days passed, and Emily began visiting our home more often. Sometimes she came when I was not even there. She said she wanted to surprise me or help Ryan with small things. She brought food and acted caring. I felt lucky to have such a thoughtful friend. But Ryan began to change. He became quiet and distant. He started coming home late almost every night. When I asked him what was wrong, he said he was tired or busy at work. His answers felt empty, but I still trusted him. I wanted to believe my marriage was safe. One night, Ryan left his phone on the table and went to take a shower. Suddenly, a new message appeared on the screen. "I can't wait to see you again." My hands started shaking. My heart began to beat fast. I looked at the sender's name. It was saved as just one letter. I felt cold inside. That letter could mean Emily, or it could be someone else. I did not want to jump to conclusions. I told myself not to overthink. Trust is easy when you do not want to face the truth. That weekend, I decided I needed answers. I told Ryan I was going to visit my parents for the day. Instead, I went to a small cafe near his office. Ryan had told me he was meeting a client there. I parked my car and waited outside, hiding behind a tree. My heart prayed that I was wrong. Then I saw them. Ryan walked into the cafe, and Emily was already sitting there. They smiled when they saw each other. They sat very close. Emily touched his arm gently. Ryan looked at her with love, the same look he once gave me. My chest felt tight. I could not breathe. I felt frozen. My world collapsed in front of my eyes. I left quietly without being seen. That night, Ryan came home late again. I pretended to sleep. I heard him enter the bedroom. Then I heard his soft voice on the phone. "I miss you, Emily," he whispered. My heart broke completely. The next morning, I invited Emily to my house. She arrived quickly, smiling as if nothing had happened. We sat in the living room. I looked into her eyes and asked calmly, "Emily, do you love Ryan?" Her face turned pale. She tried to speak, but I stopped her. "Please don't lie," I said. "I saw you both together." Tears filled her eyes. She whispered, "Hannah, I'm sorry. I never planned this. But I love him." At that moment, the front door opened. Ryan walked inside and froze when he saw us sitting there. He knew the truth was out. He tried to explain, but there was nothing left to explain. My marriage was already destroyed. 1 week later, Ryan moved out of the house. He said he needed time to think. I did not try to stop him. I was too broken to fight. Emily disappeared from my life. She stopped calling and messaging me. But I saw photos of her and Ryan together online. They looked happy. Each picture felt like a knife in my heart. I cried every night. I could not eat or sleep. I stopped going to work as a fashion designer. I lost interest in everything. I felt empty and alone. One morning, I looked at myself in the mirror. My eyes were tired. My face looked weak. At that moment, I realized something important. I could not let betrayal destroy me. I returned to my work slowly. I began designing clothes again. I worked day and night. My pain became my strength. Months passed, and people started noticing my designs. My business grew. I felt alive again. One afternoon, at a fashion event, I saw Ryan. He looked older and unhappy. He walked toward me with regret in his eyes. He said, "Hannah, I made a mistake. Emily left me. I still love you." I listened quietly. Then I said, "You broke my heart. But that broken heart made me stronger than I ever was." Ryan looked down and whispered, "You deserve better." I smiled softly. "Yes, I do." I turned and walked away without looking back. Today, I feel peaceful. I do not hate Ryan or Emily anymore. A relationship built on lies never lasts. My story is not about revenge. It is about survival. I learned that a true home is not a person. It is the peace you build inside your own heart. A strong woman can always rebuild her life.